All right, what's going on, man? Thor for President here, www.thor4president.com. It's been a week since I spoke to you last. It took me 6 days. I thought it was only going to take 3, but it took 6 about 8-hour days. We got the diesel motor, the old diesel motor inside the 95 Ford Explorer. We fired up. She runs great. We drove around the block. Everything seems to be working absolutely perfect. And next is to run the veggie oil in the car. And that'll be the next big project doing it. Boy, I'll tell you, it was a lot of work too. We had to do the transmission lines, the radiator lines, the power training line, the power steering lines, the oil lines, the drive shaft, the exhaust system, the motor mounts, and the electrical system too. All that stuff had to be done, and it took me a solid week of about 8 hours a day, of 6 days of work, and now we've reached our final moment of driving it around. We took it for a test drive, and she runs good. And it was a lot of fun. I don't know if I'd do it again, but there it is. Got rid of the gas burner and put a diesel motor in there. And next will be the veggie oil. We'll switch it over to used vegetable oil. And there's an old part from the old Ford Explorer right there. Fit right on perfect onto the turbocharged diesel. And I just had it smogged, so I got 2 years before I have to run into that problem again out here in California. And I don't know if I'd do it again, but I did it, and glad I did it. And 6 months from now, I'll tell you if I really like it or not. That'll be the big thing, is whether I'm still doing it and still enjoying it, or whether I've just bought something else and moved on down the line. But that's another reason why I should be the President of the United States, is because I don't just sit around talking about things, even though it did take me 3 years to get around to doing this. But I actually do them. Make sure to do them and see if they work and give it a try. Win, lose, succeed, or fail. At least it's got to be tried. And so we did it. Now we've got a Ford 4.0 motor for sale, 4.0 gas motor for sale, and transmission and a transfer case. And put that stuff on eBay and see if we can auction it off and raise some money back for the time and effort. And by the way, I paid $300 for the motor and trans. And I've spent less than $100 on minor parts here. A couple electrical switches, and I went to the junkyard and got some radiator parts. And so I've got less than aside from the $300 initial investment, I've got less than $100 into it, about $78 into it right now. And I've got to have a drive shaft professionally made. I made it myself, and it wobbles a little bit, but we'll go take it to the professionals and let them weld that thing together. And I'll probably have another $150 into that. But it was an economical project, and it was a lot of fun. And we'll report back to you and tell you how it works there in a couple weeks.